in India has always been a problem. India, even today, do not have a proper waste management setup. So we are there actually trying to act as a catalyst to create a system that is user-friendly and beneficial and also economically more viable, so that people will get more interested in waste management.
STEP's director T. Raghavendra Rao, who has more than 25 years of experience in oil refining industry, developed a polycrack process, a technology that converts plastic into a mix of liquid fuel, gas and carbon. This is a process that takes place in a specially designed reactor.
What we do is now this is a system actually which starts heating the entire reactor. Once we switch on the reactor here, the reactor gets started getting hot, and inside this reactor we have the different kinds of plastics that we have filled into this reactor. These plastics will start getting converted into plastic vapors.
The plastic vapors pass through a catalytic converter and disintegrate into hydrocarbon molecules, which then form into hydrocarbon fuels.
The hydrocarbon fuel structure what we are looking at is basically a middle distillate structure, which is very similar to gasoline, kerosene and diesel kind of a structure. So the catalytic converter actually converts these plastic vapors into the hydrocarbon vapors.
Once the hydrocarbon vapor passes through the catalytic converter, they are converted into liquid fuels in the condenser.
The vapors get condensed into liquid hydrocarbon. So the liquid hydrocarbon in the form of an oil comes through these, and we collect the oil from here.
One of his clients is Infosys, which has installed this processing unit in its premises in Bangalore.
We put on all our waste plastic into it, right? Polythene bags or even rubber tires. Those waste, when we put it into the machine, the output is gas. So we can use gas for cooking. We get oil. We use this oil that we get, which is comparable to light diesel oil, for our boilers and for our lawn mowers.
Apart from companies, the smaller units can also be installed by individuals.
What we have seen is that waste management has come to a level where every individual is becoming responsible. So we wanted to bring the size of these units to fit into the budgets of everybody, and be able to put them in the housing societies, where each individual housing society will be able to do their own waste management using the small systems.
Helping STEP spread its footprint across the country is Bangalore-based Ampolt Electronics, that markets STEP's technology so that individuals and companies can dispose of waste easily.
This waste processing is very challenging for the governments, and then they actually fill this in a huge landfill, and the smell and nearby villages will get affected and all those things. But here we actually communicate the advantage of what STEPs is bringing in solving all these problems. So one is government, what we are targeting, and the second is the bulk waste producers like hotels, IT sectors and all.
Another big advantage of the polycrack process is that it can recycle any type of waste. Laminated plastic, organic waste, e-waste, or any kind of waste that has zero value passes through polycrack process to give a valuable petroleum product. This makes the polycrack process highly cost-effective and enables STEPs to come closer to its goal of reaching a state of zero waste in India.
Basically, the products that come out of this process are oil, gas and carbon. And the oil is very similar to the light diesel oil, and this oil can be used in the generators, into offshore going vessels, in heavy earth moving equipment, and with further distillation, further improvement of quality, this can be even used in the automobiles. And as the gas is the quality of the gas is equivalent to that of an LPG, so that gas is useful as a kitchen use gas, or it can be used for industrial purpose. In our case, in the larger units, we actually use it to run our process and make it a zero waste disposal at zero energy cost.
India's urban areas churn out a staggering 55 million tons of municipal solid waste and 38 billion liters of sewage every year. The problem shows no sign of abating. As more and more migrants move to the cities and our disposable income increases, the amount of garbage we all generate is likely to increase as well. Our current tendency is to haphazardly dump this garbage and leave it to rot. This not only takes a toll on the health of residents, but also eats up a lot of otherwise useful land. Imagine, every time you took out trash, you were actually throwing away energy. Could those old veggies be a potential power source? It was that brand of out-of-the-box thinking, that quest for zero waste, that inspired a company called Green Elephant to build India's first standardized biogas plant, the Green Box in Pune.
Peel, chop, boil. Kitchens all over have one universal goal: to put delicious food on the plate. But along with producing food, kitchens produce organic waste. Lots and lots of it. Organic waste constitutes 60% of total municipal waste in India. But we still treat this potential energy source as rubbish, quite literally. But not here. In this kitchen, which serves hundreds of hungry Volkswagen employees in Pune, every organic scrap counts.
Everything what we have in biological waste, we are feeding to the green box. It's around 500 kilogram biological waste from the kitchen on daily basis. This waste will be completely used up for producing cooking gas. It means up to now we will have zero biological waste. Not only reduced our biological waste by more than 100 tons a year, we're also reducing the CO2 emissions by around 18 tons over a year.
Green Box, a portable biogas plant manufactured by Green Elephant, is a fixture on the premises of companies like Volkswagen, helping them attain goals such as zero organic waste and reducing their carbon footprint by making use of a renewable source of energy.
Greenbox produces a gas called biogas, which is actually minimum 60% methane and the rest of carbon dioxide, so it's a combustible gas. Now where you do the combustion of this gas is entirely dependent on the user's needs and requirements. In Volkswagen, the Greenbox is replacing the cooking only in one burner because the consumption is huge. We have another requirement of a Greenbox which we are supplying very shortly in like a month from now, where we are going to produce electricity.
Biogas is produced by the fermentation of organic matter in the absence of oxygen, and a conventional biogas plant requires human supervision. But this is where Greenbox differs.
The waste is put inside this tank. The moment the level of this tank comes up, the user shuts down the lid, and then the computer decides that the waste has to be crushed and fed into the digester. After he shuts the lid, there's a crusher pump located at the base of this vessel, and this crusher pump crush the waste and pump it inside the digester. The brain behind the Greenbox is this. This is a programmable logic control board, and we call it a PLC. And the entire Greenbox operations are controlled by this PLC here. We have fed the entire logic of how and what should happen in the Greenbox with this. The best thing about this is after every 6 hours it sends one SMS to our office, short message to our office, because it has a GSM connectivity here and there's a modem here. So it sends one SMS to our office that tells us what exactly happened here.
The programmable logic control helps the manufacturers customize the operations of Greenbox specific to the customer's need.
Volkswagen said that we will accept the Greenbox. We want to use the gas in 3 hours or 4 hours during the kitchen timing, but we will not allow you to store the gas. However, the Greenbox produces gas for 24 hours, and it has to, we have to apply the gas in 3 to 4 hours. during the cooking time. Now, how do you do that? This was very critical, and this was done with minimum gas burning or flaring capacity that we provided, and it was 100% control on pressures and temperatures and gas flow rates, and we were successfully able to give them the entire gas in the kitchen during their cooking hours.
Greenbox provides its patrons with carbon-neutral gas, which is making the environment and their pockets green.
United Nations of Federation for Climate Control has termed it as carbon neutral gas, because the source is from nature, it goes back to the nature. Every day it replaces around 1.3 LPG cylinders in the kitchen for Volkswagen, and it's been almost a year that we have installed a Greenbox, so you can easily assume around 450 cylinders of LPG is what they have saved in the last 1 year.
So the next time you enter your kitchen, remember that the power of Shunya is an ingredient for clean energy.
From potato chips to microchips now. After witnessing the green magic of the Greenbox, it's time to introduce you to someone who is working towards zero electronic waste. That after the break.
其实我小的时候就比较喜欢服装这方面的一些东西，就有梦想要成为一个优秀的设计师。在我来说的话，做一个设计，首先是你要了解你的消费群是怎样的一群人。现在其实一个主流的趋势是环保，消费者对一些环保材料其实也是比较感兴趣的。金马男装作为一个这样的一个领先品牌，我们应该去推这个环保的一个东西。
2011年，中国纺织服装工业总产值占全国工业总产值6.4%，生物质纤维材料作为重要的发展战略。
在10几年前呢，杜邦在实验室阶段着手去研发最先进的生化科技的产品。Sorona呢，我们能够从可再生的资源里面去提炼出来我们的原料。
我们跟杜邦的合作呢，是一个很特殊的一个合作关系。我们有信心、有能力，我们也有义务和杜邦公司一起来共同的来打造这么一个产品的一个市场。传统的化纤生产就是用石油炼制，然后用化学的方法来进行合成、进行生产。而杜邦推出的产品呢，它是用生物科技的方法来做的，这是环保和可持续发展的这么一个产品。
虽然 Sorona 这是一个创新的产品，可是我们更需要我们下游的伙伴跟我们一起配合，把这样一个好的产品呢，能够提升它的附加价值。
我们设计出了13春夏季，然后我们设计了出了一组男装系列的产品，客户反应挺不错的。Sorona范围很广，而环保的概念又非常强。为了我们人类的一个可持续发展，我们每个人做好环保。
भैया कैसे दिए? 100 रुपए बोले बेटा, थोड़ा आगे से।
ये देश थोड़ा अलग है,
80 थोड़ा आगे।
यहाँ सब कुछ थोड़ा।
और कितने बांटने हैं? अरे बस थोड़े ही हैं।
थोड़ा सबमिशन, थोड़ा परमिशन, थोड़ा सिग्नेचर, थोड़ा पैशन सिग्नल पे, थोड़ा इम्प्रेशन लड़कियों, थोड़ा मम्मी पापा के संस्कार।
थोड़ा आगे।
जिस देश में थोड़ा नहीं होता, उस देश के लिए हीरो माइलेज, थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा किलोमीटर्स पर लीटर।
आंटी डब्बा वापस आया है, ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे चाट लिया हो। और लंच कैसा लगा?
आलू गोभी बनाया था ना, बहुत अच्छा था।
भैया ये जो डब्बा है ना, ये गलत एड्रेस पे जा रहा है।
गलत समझता है क्या हमको?
My name isn't Sweetie. And this is the last time you're calling me that.
Get bolder. The Polo just got bolder. Presenting the new Cross Polo. Volkswagen, das Auto.